Italy's that rare kind of country that'll never run out of striking landmarks for you to discover. Yet, while the nation boasts countless natural wonders from the Alps to the Ionian Sea, the most famous cities in Italy are millennia-old open-air museums virtually everybody on Earth is familiar with. If you're planning your first trip to Italy, you may be undecided as to which cities to visit. It's a tough decision, for good reason. Italy's cities offer an enticing mix of scenery, historic and ancient sites, museums and of course, great cuisine and ambiance. Rome is the capital of Italy and most likely, your first stop in the country. Rome offers a dazzling variety of sights and experiences. At every turn, you'll discover ancient monuments, ornate medieval and Baroque churches, beautiful fountains, art-filled museums, and Renaissance palaces. The ancient Colosseum is one of the most iconic sites in the world, and modern Rome is a bustling and lively city and has some excellent restaurants and nightlife. Milan, one of Europe's wealthiest cities, is known for stylish shops, galleries, and restaurants and has a faster pace of life than most Italian cities. It also has a rich artistic and cultural heritage. Its Gothic Duomo, with its beautiful marble facade, is magnificent. Da Vinci's painting of the Last Supper is one of Milan's top attractions and La Scala is one of the world's most famous opera houses. Naples is one of Italy's most vibrant cities. It lies on the coast south of Rome and is the most important city in southern Italy. Naples retains much of its Baroque character and is a starting point for trips to Pompeii, Herculaneum, and the Amalfi Coast. It holds many historical and artistic treasures, and is famous for its pizza and desserts. Sadly, the island of Sicily and its capital Palermo are better known abroad for the mafia that movies like The Godfather have weirdly glamorized. Both are obviously about far more than that. Palermo has been inhabited from prehistorical times and boasts Arab-inspired palaces and churches that its Norman rulers built in the Middle Ages. These buildings have been listed as UNESCO World Heritage Sites since 2015. Unlike any place else in the world, Venice is a unique city built over the water in the middle of a lagoon. Venice is one of Italy's most beautiful and romantic cities as well as one of the most popular for visitors to Italy. The heart of Venice is Piazza San Marco with its magnificent church, St. Mark's Basilica. There are numerous museums, palaces, and churches to visit, and wandering along Venice's canals and getting lost in its maze of narrow streets is always enchanting. Venice is in the northeast of Italy and historically was a bridge between east and west. Its architecture retains a Byzantine feel not really found elsewhere in Italy. If Rome is where Italy was born, Florence is where it was reborn. The capital of Tuscany is the birthplace of the Renaissance and of the Italian language. A city whose ultimate symbol is Michelangelo's David can't be too shabby, right? Florence is a sort of informal guardian of the country's cultural heritage. It's home to the Uffizi Gallery, which houses masterpieces by the likes of Leonardo, Michelangelo, Titian, and Botticelli, as well as to Italy's largest national library. It even served as the nation's capital between 1865 and the annexation of Rome 5 years later. The city has tons of instantly recognizable landmarks. Highlights include the Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore, once the biggest on the planet and a massive feat of engineering, shop-lined Ponte Vecchio spanning the Arno River, and the medieval Palazzo Pitti and Palazzo Vecchio. As the setting for Romeo and Juliet, but it's also famous for its Roman arena, the third largest in Italy and the venue for a top opera festival. Verona has a good medieval center, Roman remains, an interesting castle complex, and lots of high-end shopping. It's the fourth most visited city in Italy and well worth a stop on a northern Italy train travel itinerary. Bologna is honestly my favorite mid-size Italian city. It's not as crowded as Florence yet just as intriguing and rich with history. The town has 3 nicknames in Italian: La Dotta, La Grassa, and La Rossa, i.e., the learned, the fat, and the red, Bologna. No wonder, Bologna is where both the oldest university ever and lasagna are from. Red, Bologna has a double meaning. The majority of its iconic porticoed buildings are indeed reddish, but the city is known in Italy as a historic stronghold of the left as well. This former maritime republic near the mouth of the Arno is home to what's possibly the best-known symbol of Italy, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. The unmistakable structure is actually the bell tower of the Pisa Cathedral. The unstable terrain it was built on is to blame for the tower's inclination. In the year 79, the floor was literally lava in and around Pompeii. That was of course tragic for its residents, but the whole town stayed intact underneath and is now the most visited archaeological site in Italy outside of Rome. Back then, it was where many rich Romans spent their summer, which is why the city had its own arena and was dotted with villas. For superbly preserved interiors, though, you should also stop by the neighboring village of Herculaneum.
Allowing us to get a glimpse at Roman life, and it's definitely one of the greatest archaeological sites in Italy and the world. Now, there are some known as one of the most picturesque islands within the
One of the must-sees in the region is Amalfi, the centerpiece of a jagged stretch of coastline that is marked by the fantastic contrast between the colorful villages and the azure sea. Piazza del Campo, Siena's shell-shaped main square, with the ochre medieval ensemble around it, the tiny village of San Gimignano, with its 14 towers, a miniature Bologna of sorts within the province of Siena. Beautiful Assisi is located on a hill overlooking the Umbrian Valley. Exploring it is the perfect way of discovering the Apennine Mountains, or Italy's backbone. The walled city and its stone houses are crowned by the two basilicas honoring the saints that were born and lived here in the Middle Ages, Francis, patron saint of Italy, and his follower Clare. Capri has charmed royalty, artists, and celebrities alike with its gorgeous beaches, many gardens, and restaurants. Situated in the Bay of Naples, Capri is a year-round destination that is bursting with tourists every summer. Be sure to get on the water to explore the sea caves, Blue Grotto is a must, and rock formations. On land, consider visiting the famed Villa San Michele before enjoying some high-end shopping, excellent pasta, and a limoncello or two. Built into a seaside cliff in the middle of Italy's gorgeous Amalfi coast, Positano is now a popular resort destination perfect for romance. Its mild climate make this a year-round destination, but Positano most crowded from April to October. Beyond strolling through town admiring the colorful houses, visitors can enjoy fresh seafood, do some shopping at boutiques, or relax at pebble and sand beaches. There are also several hiking options from Positano that follow the coast or go deeper inland.
Okay, the Cinque Terre is technically 5 villages, but considering that the group as a whole is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, all of them are worth a visit. And they're so close together that visitors can walk from one town into the next without much effort. This popular tourist destination is famous for the colorful buildings, fresh seafood, impressive hikes, and stunning views. Corniglia is smallest and one of the least crowded villages, it lacks sea access, while Monterosso is the largest and busiest.